I feel it more like faded blood. I had it all, I threw it all aside, thinking there was more there I needed to find.
One-time American Idol contestant Katharine Mcphee has returned to the scene with a new look and a new album, Unbroken, which was released on Tuesday, January 5th. The album features contributions and co-writes from Paula Cole and Cara DioGuardi, among others. Mcphee talked about working with one of her singing idols, Paula Cole, for the title track.
Yeah, it was definitely intimidating because, I didn't know, every writer has a different style, and like writers in Nashville, which were a lot of writers I wrote with, have a very like specific style. It's very much like, sit down, let's start playing something. It's like right on the dot, like 12, let's start, With Paula, it was like, okay, you go off into your room, I'll go off into my room, and see what we come up with. And it was very much like two solo people coming together. It was a much different process than I thought it would be.
She also talked about why the album is entitled Unbroken.
Just was looking at the titles of different songs. I was looking for an idea for what to call this record, and I looked up Unbroken. I was like, Unbroken, that's just a cool word in general. And I looked it up in the dictionary because I wanted to see, definition-wise what it says. And one of the definitions said, untamed and wild. I was like, wow, that's a kind of a cool description of kind of how I felt during this process, was like just untamed, like not held down. And so I just felt really free and in charge. So for me, Unbroken was like the perfect, and unbroken in that, I've kind of come from like a crazy world and like Idol, and I'm still like in one piece. It describes a lot of things in my life.
She compared this album to her 2007 self-titled debut.
Well, I think that what I loved was that even with the last record, that people, still come up to me and say they love my music. And, I think you always are going to have things that you wish you could have done. And even with this record, I'm like, oh, if only I could have re-recorded this one part. If you didn't have disappointments or things you wanted to change, then why would you create something new? So for me, it's like about still getting the feedback and getting people who loved something that you still see as imperfect. And the same with this record. For me, that's like really rewarding.
Artisan News will have her thoughts on new American Idol judge Ellen DeGeneres, as well as how she thinks Cara DioGuardi and the show will hold up without Paula.